DreAllDay.com.
Before we start, please like and comment on this video so I can get your feedback. Also, click that subscribe button so you can get all the new content I'm dropping on this channel. And the free book, the mental handbook, physical book, Work on Your Game University, just take care of the shipping and handling, send this right to your doorstep. Let's get started. What's going on, everybody? Dre Baldwin, DreAllDay.com. As you can see, we got some precipitation, we got some rain in Miami today. What I want to talk to you about is what you need to do when it rains. Because with all these videos that I put out, stuff that I write about, things people ask me about, things I talk about on my podcast, it's all about making things go great, right? What do you do when the tryouts are coming up so you can be in your best shape? What can you do to get yourself in the right mental space for when you got to go talk to that girl, when you got to go get that job, go make that sale, or get yourself on that basketball team? How do you get yourself into that killer instinct mindset so you can play at your highest level? Or how can you work on your game so you can have your handle where it needs to be, your jump shot where it needs to be, play defense the right way, play within yourself when you need to? We always talk about optimizing. How do you optimize yourself, your mind, your performance, everything you do so you can get to the best version of you? But unfortunately, and I think all of you know this, all of you have to know this, sometimes despite your best laid plans, shit just doesn't go the way you thought it would. You might plan for a beautiful sunny day in Miami and you get this. You might plan to go for a nice little walk in the park with your kids or with your girl and then it starts doing this. You might plan to go work on your game outside because you can't get to a basketball court and then this happens. What do you do then? What do you do when it rains, when things go the exact opposite way of how you thought they were going to go? I'm going to tell you 3 things you do every single time it rains. Number 1 thing you do when it's raining is get yourself a damn umbrella. Because when it rains, if you ain't got no umbrella, you're going to get wet. You're going to get soaked. And if you got your phone with you, your phone might get wet and you might not be able to use your phone anymore. You don't want to get everything drenched and wet when it's raining. So make sure you get an umbrella. What do I mean by get an umbrella? I don't mean like a literal umbrella. I do, but I don't. What I mean is you got to cover your ass when it starts raining. When things start going negative, you got to make sure that just because they're going negative, you don't lose this opportunity, that, and that, and that. All these things that you work to put in place, don't let a negative situation or a situation that doesn't go the right way, don't let that cause you to lose everything that you work for. So when it starts raining, make sure you cover your ass. Another way you can do that is sometimes in the rain, there are people, when things go wrong, there's somebody out there who thinks, you know what, this situation is perfect. There are people out there who are really happy right now because it's raining. Because for whatever reason, when it rains, it helps them. Maybe they're a gardener. When it rains, it helps their flowers grow. Maybe they're a farmer. When it rains, that means they're going to have more crops. There are people who, no matter what situation you face, if you think the situation is just complete shit, there are people out there who are extremely happy for that extreme, what you consider a shit situation is a perfect situation for them. So connect yourself, align yourself with people who may be very happy when things go this way, even though you're unhappy, which means you're going to be able to benefit from anything that takes place. Does that make sense? So the person who is feeling terrible when it happens like this, as long as you got connections with people who feel great when things like this happen, you're in perfect shape. Because no matter what takes place in life, you got some way, somehow you're going to be able to benefit from it. So the first thing you got to do is get your umbrella out, cover your ass. Number 2 thing you do when it starts raining is you got to put the plants out. When I used to live in South Beach, Miami. I live in downtown Miami now, but when I lived in South Beach, there was a guy who lived next door to me because the way the apartments were set up, as soon as you came out the door, you could see that person if they came out the door and that person if they came out. And there was this old redneck dude. He was kind of an asshole, but one thing that he always did whenever it rained, I would hear him come outside. He would open up his door, his patio door, and then he had these plants, like these flower pots that he had sitting next to his front door, and it was like kind of under like a little roof thing. Like I got right here, like there's a little roof. You can't see it. That's why I'm not getting wet right now. It was a little roof thing that he kept his plants under. But when it rained, he would come outside in the rain with his umbrella and his raincoat on, and he would move the plants so that they wouldn't be covered up, so that the rain could hit the plants, so the plants could grow. He would put his plants out every single time it started raining. And he actually, he called the cops on me one time because I banged on his door late at night because he was blasting his TV too loud. And then one day I kicked one of his flower pots over. I don't know if he even knew that I did it, but anyway. When it rains, there's some part of your setup, some part of your business, some part of your organization, your network. There's somebody who could benefit from the fact that it's raining. Your job is to connect that person or connect that thing to the rain that they can benefit from. So when things are going wrong, there's someone you know who could benefit from that situation. You need to reach out to them and be like, yo, you know what you should do right now since it's raining? You should go do this. You should go do that. When it started raining, I got an idea. I said, I had this video that I wanted to make, what to do when it rains, when things go bad. I came out here, I was like, it's raining. What can I do? What can I do with this situation? You know what? I can make a video and talk about this right in the exact moment that it's raining. So think about when things are going a way that you didn't want it to go, think about what benefit you can get from the situation. Y'all heard of the cliche, every cloud has a silver lining, right? Napoleon Hill talked about digging for diamonds. If you had $10 million in diamonds buried somewhere in a sock drawer in your house, you go on vacation for the weekend, you come home, find that your house burned down. As soon as you remember those diamonds are there, looking in that pile of rubble that used to be your house, what are you going to do? You're going to grab a shovel and start digging for the diamonds, right? Why? Because they're worth $10 million damn dollars. You're not even thinking about the house being burned down. You're not even feeling sad about it no more. You're like, let me start digging so I can find those damn diamonds, because what I can get for those diamonds, I can build me another house. I ain't even worried about the house no more. So when things go wrong, start thinking about where's the diamonds that are buried in this rubble. Figure out a way that you can put the plants out, figuratively speaking, so they can benefit from the fact that it's raining. What's number 3 thing you do anytime it starts raining in life? Things go wrong. As soon as it stops raining, as soon as the rain is over, you know who's going to be really happy as soon as this rain ends because of the rain ending? The birds. The birds going to be happy because the rain ends. You know what happens when it rains outside? What happens is immediately after? All the worms come out. Right? All the worms come out when it rains. I heard the phrase, the early bird gets the worm. That's where it comes from. When it rains, all the worms come out of the ground. I don't know the scientific reason why they come out, but they come out. All the birds are happy because they get to go eat all the worms that come outside after it stops raining. They're not buried in the dirt no more where the birds can't get to them. So when the rain stops, there's going to be a whole lot of opportunity. When you think about it, you think in 2008, and that 2008, 2009, 10, that economic downturn we had, a lot of people lost a lot of stuff. Some people lost their life savings. Some people lost their homes. A lot of people lost their cars. A lot of people lost their jobs. A lot of people lost a whole lot of opportunity in that time period when we had that economic downturn. But there were a bunch of people who you didn't hear so much about who made a lot of money in that time period. Because when everything went down, people were losing their jobs. Everybody stopped spending money. The housing market completely crashed. Guess what? Housing was very cheap at the time. The problem was nobody could buy any. That's the reason why it was cheap, because nobody had any money. Everybody had lost their job, but not everybody. There were some people who had some money. As soon as they saw that those prices go down, they said, this is my opportunity. They went and bought a whole lot of housing. They went and bought a whole lot of real estate. They went and jumped on a whole lot of opportunities in and outside of the real estate area just because they knew the opportunities there. Now that everything's going to shit and these whole bunch of people out there are feeling like they've lost a lot of things that they worked for in their life, that was a golden opportunity for a bunch of other people. The people whose minds were attuned to, let me be ready for this opportunity when it comes. And then as soon as they saw that it was an opportunity, they jumped on it and took advantage of it. And those people are caking off right now because they took advantage of the opportunity when everything was down and everybody was thinking about how terrible is this? Damn, I lost everything. Damn, gas is $3.80 per gallon. What am I going to do now? Those same people who were thinking that, not the same people, but the same time that people were thinking that, there was a group of people who said, you know what, let me jump on this because there's opportunity here. There's opportunity in everything, ladies and gentlemen, and the biggest opportunity usually happens when everybody is thinking there's no opportunity. When everybody's thinking that everything's terrible and nothing's going to go right, that's when the biggest opportunities exist. And the reason why they're the biggest opportunities is because you have the smallest amount of competition. Everybody's talking about how terrible it is. That's when something great's happening, but it's going to be so far on the low. If you talk to most people, you will never know about it. You got to have your mind attuned to notice for yourself so you can take advantage of it, not expecting somebody else to tell you about it. But I'm telling you about it now, so now you don't have an excuse. Because I guarantee you, before you die, something like what happened in 2008 is going to happen again. You just need to be ready for it. Ready for your opportunity where you can take advantage based on your situation and what you want to do with your life. Now, don't say nobody told you about it. Everybody, those are the 3 things you do when it rains. Recap. Number 1, get yourself an umbrella. Cover your ass. That can be with another person. It can be with a place. It can be with a thing, an opportunity, an idea. Number 2, put the plants out. There is some part of your makeup, of your business, of your network that could benefit from the fact that it's raining. Go find out what it is and put it in the right place so you can benefit from the rain. You can always benefit from every opportunity. Dig for the diamonds in the pile of rubble that used to be your house. So number 3, make sure you get out there and see what the opportunity is as soon as that rain goes away, because the worms are going to come out. The worms are the opportunities that most people ain't paying attention to because they're thinking about how terrible the devastation is. The early bird gets the worm. The observant bird, the bird that is thinking about where's the opportunity, not the bird that's bitching about the fact that it's raining, that's the bird that gets the worm. Which one you going to be? Work on your game. DreAllDay.com.